What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Naked Eyes, and we're continuing with the compilation sent by Rick. Big shout out to you, as well as Joseph and a couple others who commented on the first couple reactions. And yes, the next tune of the playlist is Voices in My Head. So yes, whether this is a, schizophrenic or multiple personality disorder concept more literally, or I suspect more about different thoughts that you have and maybe contradictory thoughts where one aspect of your psyche is taking a certain viewpoint which maybe leads to a prescription for a certain response or action, but another part of your brain, so to speak, is thinking, well, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea, maybe I should just play it safe or do this or that. It feels like maybe it's more likely to be about a more, let's say, colloquial understanding of the phrase and not literally hearing audio hallucinations. But again, maybe a more literal articulation of the theme will serve as figurative meaning for something that is more common to everyday life and experiences for people who do not have such an affliction. So let's give it a listen and I'll see what I can catch. This is Naked Eyes. The song is Voices in My Head, and it's from a compilation of their tunes provided by Rick. flourishing at the end there. I really like that one, and I have a lot to say sonically, but I'll try to start lyrically so I don't forget. So it feels like a more literal articulation of the phrase than maybe I thought in advance, but less about what it's saying and more the experience. Now, I do think we do get an indication of the message of the voices in his head, and it seems to be specifically beware, like, be careful, look out, there's danger afoot. Now, could that be paranoia? Could that be a more reasonable perspective? It's not entirely clear, but it's like it's messing with his senses, like he has to close his eyes, and he's like, what is that noise in my head? Is that voices? So it's like the visceral physical experience of it seems, or like sensory experience of it seems to be the essence of the lines that I caught. And again, not even so much about what's being said, and more just about the way the narrator is experiencing it and processing it. Though again, as far as I can tell, the message is that he's worried or indeed paranoid. But yes, sonically there's so much happening, so many different kind of keyboard lines, like kind of these progressing chords, and then these like brass, like synth brass flourishes, and then a kind of deep synth bass, which there was one point in the middle where it kind of stripped down. It was just the beat, the percussive scheme, and that synth bass that was very enjoyable. But even before that, I was hearing like funky, almost like slap bass, like bass guitar, and then again there was that kind of like rising, pulsing kind of like synth line, which had more of like a, it wasn't acid like, it didn't sound like a 303, but it kind of had that like flow to it. And then there were the like electric organ keyboard lines, almost like a like a church like crystalline organ or something like that. So yeah, lots of different synth layers in this one, as well as, again, I think like a proper bass guitar. So yeah, like sonically very layered and dynamic. I did enjoy especially the part in the latter stages where the voices, it was like the song was giving us the feeling of what the narrator's going through, where there's this like echoing voice that's kind of like overlaying his own like conscious mental voice. So yeah, it felt like the song itself was getting a bit cluttered and hearing voices in its own head. So yeah, just a cleverly composed and structured tune, and one with a lot of sonic variety, even if it very much falls into kind of like a synth pop, electronic synth pop vein. So very cool tune. Once again, shout out to Rick. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.